So, und dann schauen wir mal, was kann man als Pferd machen? I will explain this all on English. Peace is sleeping, so we explain this in English. And so we are playing Orisa, and we make a noob tank round. Let's leave voice chat. If I remember which button it was. We don't require voice chat. So, what do you do with Orisa? As explained earlier, we want to keep enemies from the robot, and we do that mainly by kill pressure. So we need, first thing is we need the enemies to be afraid to cross us. So we just need to kill stuff that ignores us. So if there's a Genji, an Edge standing open, we need to kill it. That's the first thing. We just destroy stuff that crosses our line. And now there is some mechanics involved with tanks. So you see on the bottom left my health, my armor. Armor reduces incoming damage, which means it's more efficient to heal armor than it is to heal life. Which means we want to keep our armor. If we lose our armor, we want to get back and wait for our healers to really fully heal us. So only use the armor part. And we have our shift and E ability to mitigate damage, and also our spear. You will see this abilities more in game. So I can use this spear that denies incoming missiles from the front. I push a little bit faster to the front. I can push enemies in front of me. Okay. And since I'm a little bit faster, I use it to run from spawn. Now this is usually where enemies come. There's the first enemy. We need to break the shield. I used it a little bit early. All abilities a little bit early. That was bad. Don't do that. Push a little bit deep. But because with a horse versus Sigma, we can do that. Sigma has his problem to stop us in this case if we run into his face. So if, as I said, if enemies ignore us, if Sigma disrespects us and comes close, we can destroy him. And that's what we need to do. If the enemies are too aggressive, too pushy, we just go into the face and kill them. Second thing is I want enemies to keep from coming to robots, so I either hold this cloak or go to this cloak. Using this to try to save my teammate. I'm out of armor, so I go to cover and keep my distance. And we're dead, so I die on payload. So what went wrong here? I did not push into one direction and let the enemies push. So if you are kind of static and AFK in the center, you have no kill pressure. Enemies just form around you and find a flank where they can just destroy you, behind you, in front of you, and everywhere. So don't be AFK somewhere. Go actively and try to fight an engagement where your team wants to fight. So like we have a long range hit scans with Mercy. So we want to play the long range sidelines. Need to hit that. I don't want to take damage right now, so my DPS can be healed up. Losing armor, so I lose my mitigation abilities and go back. So we are healed, so we go in again. How do I keep missing that? I'm terrible. And I think we're dead again. What was our mistake? Well, we missed the spear on Reaper, so it would have been a free kill. Then we would have won the fight. So as you see, my team always keeps dying around me, so I need to make a better job of increasing my kill potential right now.
The enemy has surpassed us.
It's go time.
Oh, we need to help the soldier on if we can. It's her ult. I do what I can. How does he keep getting killed? It's a Zoro Sigma, we have 2 heals. I don't understand. These things don't matter for us. These things happen, don't worry about it. Now we have our ult. We push passively because we're only 3, enemies have respawn advantage. So we want to delay the fight as much as possible. We heal the Reaper. And now he has used his cooldown. Which means he can be killed. And that's what we do. We lost our armor, so we use our mitigation abilities. And there's a Kyoko that can die if I don't fail it. Awesome. Yeah, so Reaper got pushy because he got away with it 2 times, but we got him the 3rd time. So now my team is pushing the robot. I should try to now keep the enemies at a distance, so my hit scans can work. As you see, they also want to work. Need to hurry a little bit. I failed too long. Go to the window so I can get healed. Push them back. Okay, I didn't think I would die here. Again, failed our kill pressure. I need a little bit more training on horses, but it's fine. It's not too bad. If a Brig Moira, maybe I was still far away from them. So in this case, we want to regroup and we want to fight at this corner. I can't be fully AFK because my teammates are, you see where they are. So now I'm a little bit late again. And someone died. And we die. Train the horse. Yeah, especially the spear really needs to be a hit. Like the spear in close range is an easy hit and it's really devastating for the Reaper. But right now, this fight, I was too passive to find the back and I allowed my DPS to suicide before I was able to fight. So ideally I would touch one more time before they are close to winning. Or here. Okay, let's go. We start long range, weaken them up a little bit. A little bit here. Use this cover because I'm low. And we go in because we have ult. Again, mitigate damage, but we're dead again. Oh. Whew. Okay, but we are warming up. I was not sure why we lost this. I thought we had this after killing the Sigma. Huh. Unlucky. So we need to be passive because we have low resources, so we try to weaken them. Oh, I failed my spear again. I could have saved that. There is no option but to die here. So yeah, I was a little bit too focused on Sigma. I kind of had the idea I can push him down, but failed. So I thought I could push him down, but it didn't work out. So let's try again. Oh, don't go in alone. Go in alone and die. Again, use damage mitigation as much as possible, but again, if your team is going there alone, there's not too much I can do. Like there were 2 times where I could have done something, where I allowed my team to die alone. And yeah, I think it wouldn't have changed the outcome. But this is the thing, I need to realize. And now we watch the replay of the thing. And just shortly go through the team fights. And that's what you should do. Like we have a clear definition of what we should do, like use resources correctly, decide where and when to fight. Where does it start? Okay. Here is the robot. We are in the center of the map. Activate overlay. Make it faster. Whee! Okay, so we chose here the outside. How do I explain it? No, wrong button again. Oh, no, I activated the program. Okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So again, we realize we have 2 hit scans and with the Mercy, so we kind of want to play the long side, so the high ground here, and not go underneath the tunnel. And just use the small covers to, to recharge your shields and stuff. So here we see Hanzo in front of his tank and stuff, and so we have a clear sight line, and we the enemy team cannot fully shoot at us. It's inconvenient for them to shoot at us, and that's kind of our damage mitigation, the cover usage here. Sigma is not so strong as frontline tank, Orisa is stronger. So here I'm playing a situation where Orisa is stronger than the enemy tank, basically, and that's why I can ignore the tank with my kill pressure. But as you see, I require both supports to be on me. And this is a little bit bad now. So as you see, this can break us later. So it would be better if the Mercy could be on Soldier now to damage boost. But since we are getting the damage boost, we also should use it fully, basically. Okay, this is done. So the cleanup. Now, here again, both hit scans ran in front of us. And this is something we need to recognize. That I realize, okay, your DPS are thirsty, they're greedy, and you need to try to help them. Like, even if you cannot, like, realistically, I cannot run to the front of this cloak for them to get a sideline. That will not work, but I could be up here instead. Sorry, I could be in here instead. I could be up here instead. But instead, I'm AFK. That's what's losing me this fight. Like, I kind of didn't expect them to be here. And that was my mistake. Like, I played how I expect them to play, because I kind of was used to play DPS and Diamond 5s the last few games, and now I'm used to something, but the DPS play different, and it is my job to adapt as fast as possible. And I did not adapt to this at all. Like, you see how the enemies can do free damage, and I could have denied this free damage. Like, there's no reason for me to push the payload. Now, Ashley is safe, but I need to help Soldier faster, and I realize this too late. Okay, and so now we use resources, but now we are a little bit more organized. But I have no armor here, so I wait, that's correct. And here, you see how long I walked backward, and I missed the chance where I could kill pressure them. Because what do you see here? There's a Moira in front of my face. Not a Sigma, a Moira. And do you see how much I pressure her? Not at all. And I missed the chance where I kill pressure the Moira. So here I cannot kill pressure, I just weaken the shield, wait for resources back. But I kind of remember I came there from a höhere Decke. Okay, I'm sorry. So I came from a situation where I wanted to save my soldier because they were further ahead than me because they were sleeping. And so I was in a bad situation. But here we kind of shortly recovered. I got shield, I got healed. Now I can walk forward again. And look at what happens. Moira fades forward. Her only escape is used. And I do not react to it. I keep shooting the shield. And this is a mistake. There's a Reaper and a Moira in my face, and I do not use my kill pressure to kill them. I ignore them, and that's a mistake. Now I turn around, but it's too late. My spear missed the Reaper, Moira killed my Sojourn. It was too late. I don't know, Tracy. King Purple is not bad of a cover. Not bad of a color, sorry. And also remember that not everyone has a black background in chat. Some people also have a bright background in chat. It's also for plastic. Ah, okay. So so the lightning is a little bit too strong. It needs to be a little more diffuse lightning. Okay, we die. Fast forward. Tap 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 tap. Okay, I come to this fight a little bit late. Do what we can. Reaper is front. We need to react to him. Push him out. We managed to do that. We take resources here, and I think we could have taken less resources. We could have done the same pressure, but without standing here, we could have stand here. Yeah. So we could have hidden here more. So the enemies would need to walk further out. Because realistically, we are not providing anything more for our team. Like you see, they are still under fire from us standing there. So we are taking more resources for no reason. We could have do the same with less resources. Like there's no reason for me to be so far out of cover.
Systems optimized.
I think my call to retreat was initially correct. And now I go back in again, yeah. I think this is roughly correct. Yeah, so here just a lot of ults go down, so this fight is more or less irrelevant because this is just decided by how good your enemies ult, how good your teammates ult. It's yeah, a little bit out of control. So this type of stuff. So at this point, it's too late. The question is, maybe I could have killed something earlier. I'm not entirely sure.
Your team has lost the lead.
This ends
Yeah,
now.
here we want to help the Sojourn. But instead our team dies on the right. So we go in as hard as we can. And it kind of works out. So we just go in and kill. Because enemies ignored us, so we just go in and kill. Again, I need to be passive because we are only 3. So I think that is fine. No. This is now the question. How aggressive do I want to be here? I like this one. I think, yeah, here I go aggressive because Reaper is low, has no resource, I have my ult. I think this was correct as well. Like, if... Like, I get a kill on Reaper, and realistically, I force the attention of all enemies very efficiently, more or less. Because I have my gold skin, I have my armor. So I think this was fine. And we kill. Enemies ignore, so we kill them. Okay. Didn't look too bad. Now again, we need to be careful because we are missing one teammate, the healer. So we have only Moira healing. I think this I did not realize too well. I knew that someone was dead, but I didn't realize it was a brick. But I see that my hit skills are overextending, so I go up front with them, to the front, and here I'm really disconnected from my healer, which is okay for a few seconds. And as this is a fight I usually want to take, so tank versus one Reaper, which is between me and my DPS, should actually work out quite well for me. This surprised me a little bit. So I used my resources because Reaper does a lot of damage close range. Now my hit skills disengaged. And here I thought I would be healable. And I expected Moira to be here and actually try to heal, but she wasn't. And that was my mistake. I didn't look back. I just thought that she would do that, and that was my mistake. I played the situation where I relied on my teammate doing something specific, but I didn't do it, and then that you get punished for it. So here, armor is gone. I drop. There's no point for me in holding this situation. That was just a mistake. It should have dropped earlier. As soon as I was at risk, close before losing my armor, I should have dropped. I stood there way too long. Okay. And here I didn't realize again my hit skills are overextending again. So I thought we would hold the corner back, but we didn't. I honestly don't like too much to fight this position. I would have preferred to fight this corner than this corner, but yeah, well. I was too passive too long and didn't go in. And I walked in down the main. And I wasn't required to do that. I could have killed the checked the sidelines and forced out Moira and stuff. Yeah, but again, I just reacted too late on what my team is doing. That was a main mistake here. This doesn't look too bad.
This ends now.
No, should have gotten a kill there. So that might have been a mechanical error. So I think I went in kinda correctly. I don't know. The thing is, I think I could have done the same with less resources because I wasn't actually doing anything. Let's see, look at that again. Here. So here I'm very low, I'm taking all resources now. What am I effectively doing? Dying. Of course, it was after the team fight, sorry. So here again. No, even earlier than that. I want to watch this again. So here I drop. I use my gold skin because I was slow, right? Yeah, I shoot before. I'm low, I know armor. Here I should have healed up fully before I drop. So this was a mistake. I should have just healed up fully before I drop. Because now I'm lost all armor. Now I need to cover and use my resources. My gold skin. Now I'm fully healed. Now I go in. But did I need to go in? Did I actually need to go in? Or could I have just stayed here and shooted the Reaper from there? Right? I didn't need to drop here. There was no reason. I could have just stayed up here and shooted the Reaper from here. There was no reason to go in. Because, of course, with me going deeper, it forces this Moira with no HP to do stuff and this Brick to do stuff to keep up with me. And here I lured my team into an awful position by over-aggressing. And just because I use my E, I wouldn't need to push. But it's on my Brick, so it was kind of okay. But at some point... I was kind of chasing the Moira. And I think chasing Moira wasn't the best call. Because Moira isn't the threat here. Like, recently there's one Reaper alone in my team. Like, we couldn't just turn around and destroy this Reaper. But instead we ignore him and he destroys our Brick instead. So the Moira just isn't big enough of a threat to use our resources to go into Moira. Like, especially after the enemy tank is dead. Here just cannot kill anything efficiently. Yeah, so we went a little bit too deep, too fast. Just 1 or 2 seconds, not much. And we focused the wrong target. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. Teammates go in alone and die, so we just need to try to regroup and stuff. Like, there's no way we can go in here, and that's just well. Here, stay too long on the Sigma. Like, just ignore the Sigma and shoot something else. You get more value. There was no reason for me to shoot the Sigma for so long. As I said, I tried to push him down, like I never tried before, and it just didn't work out like I hoped it would. So it's yeah, I was kind of baited by my ability to push things around. I like pushing things around too much. I need to, yeah, well, I need to get out of the habit of using my E to push people. It's okay if I just push a little bit and then just stay there. It's okay. That's something I need to change in my E behavior. I don't need to push all the way through, right? Now, here the fight's already lost, so this is where we lose. Yeah, so this is how I would review it. Like, change, like realize when you need to what to watch, and this is kind of easy because you really just need to watch it, and then you will adapt automatically from it, I would say. So this is not something you need to define it as a hard rule. Just watch your replays. Yeah, oh, here I went too fast, here I went too slow, here was AFK, here I didn't see the teammates, here I went too deep. So these patterns are just getting ingrained in your brain, more or less. If you just rewatch your replays, you don't need to overanalyze it, just watch them. Really, just watch them. Fast forward, just skip team fights. And just watch every situation. Like, yeah, okay, I went here too deep, went a little bit more, need to focus the Reaper a little bit more. Things like that. Why is Reaper a better target than Moira? Is the question. Why is Reaper a better target than Soldier? Well, because Reaper has very clear definitions of when a Reaper has high value, when he has low value. Like Soldier is like brrrt, reload, brrrt, reload, brrrt, reload. Like he has constant value. He's just standing there and brrrt, 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 brrrt. That's a Soldier. But Reaper, he needs to find an angle, get close, shoot something close range with high burst, and then press shift and get out. And then wait for his cooldowns. And then repeat. And so during this short phase when he has found his flank, when he goes in, when he's deep, if you deny him that for 1, 2, 3 seconds, at this specific moment, he's gone for 15 seconds. If you deny Soldier for 3 seconds, he's gone for 3 seconds. If you deny Reaper at this high value moment for 3 seconds, he's gone for 15 seconds. And that's why Reaper is a high value target in this case. And Moira is the same, Moira like heal damage, heal damage, heal damage, heal damage. Like if you shoot Scourge, she fades and has fade 5 seconds later again. Like Moira is, yeah, well, during your ult, she's kind of a high value target, maybe, but could I stop the ult? Not really. Like, I hoped I could, but yeah, but well. And so, if Reaper is deep, focus the Reaper in this case. And the same goes if like, Diva goes in, if Winston go in, you can focus the tanks. Why? Because if you force them to go out, then you have a high value time to go after them. So, if Winston dives your team and you are Orisa, you can fully kite back and just wait out his bubble. Of course, you will have a small disadvantage then, but if you just survive that, but then push after the bubble, Winston's value is gone for 8 seconds, for 6 seconds, for however long. And then you can just push and destroy them and really make up a lot of space. You are much more stable as horse than a Winston is. Like, more consistent, more constant. So there are characters that are kind of like always same value, or like Ash or something, and there are characters like Reaper, or maybe like Tracer, or like this dive character in general, like Genji Tracer. Like Genji is very scary if he has the cooldowns. He goes in, he right clicks, headshots, melee ults, melee combos. And if you do him, he just deflects. He doesn't care, and then he dashes away. He doesn't care. But if he goes in and you force his deflect, if you force his dash, then he's naked. You stripped down his trousers and then he's in the middle of the road naked. He doesn't like this. If you shoot at the Tracer a little bit, just do 50 damage to a Tracer. She needs to recoil, she needs to find a health pack. She's useless for 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, this is a high value, like high burst creatures that you need to defend, and you need to make sure that you don't waste too much time on Tracer. Just poke her a little bit. Don't go and hunt her, but poke her a little bit. Then she needs to be careful. A Tracer with 150 HP can survive a Kree headshot. A Tracer with 140 HP cannot, she will die. So even doing 10 damage to Tracer changes her behavior. Just 10 damage, one hit, like ding, one hit, okay? But that's so much about tanking for today. I don't know if you have any more questions. If not, that's where we will end here for today.